Hey there, back with another Xylo update. Two main changes. The first one to the framework added a way to export these apps so that eventually they can be self-hosted for real, and added Markdown instead of SQLite for the Tasks app that I'm using to drive the development of the framework forward. To demonstrate the first one, the export, I just run Xylo build and wait for it to complete. And when it's done, I get a dist folder with a backend and front end, both of which are intended to be portable versions of the app. So if I cd into the front end exported folder and do Xylo run front end, this statically hosts those HTML files that were exported. So if we go to that port, we see the lightning fast static export of the web front end that you saw in dev mode. If I do Xylo run backend on the backend folder, it starts up the server, and you can see it's hosted on port 5000. I deleted the /route because it wasn't doing anything, but you can see the server is answering with a not found. That's it for the first piece. Now let's look at the second piece, switching over from my initial draft in SQL to using Markdown and files on the file system, which was one of the original goals I had for this, for everything to be plain text files. So if we fire this guy up, you'll see a familiar web interface. If I add a quick note and save it, it goes into the inbox. And if we check the backend, instead of seeing tasks.db, which is some binary representation in SQLite, you can see it started populating some directories here. In the inbox folder, it has a mynode.md. So you can open this in Obsidian if you want, and you can mess around with these files and folders in any program instead of having to write SQL to be able to do it. So if we keep going, we'll do a second note and a third note, and then we can hit process, and this is similar to before. We review the note, we can delete it, create an action, create a project. So we create an action from ASDF, create a project from something to do, 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll create an action, and we're done. So that cleared out our inbox, and we can see the actions and the projects listed here. If we go back in, you can see the actions are just a list of bullets in this file, and the project structure is a little interesting. I set it up like this because I thought it was helpful. This will get more complex later, I guess, but yeah, the inbox folder is now empty. Everything has been processed into projects and actions. So this is, if you're a fan of getting things done by David Allen, this is the dream right here. And it's all on your file system. So if I'm editing this on my file system outside of the app, and I want to do some other actions like call Bob, call Janet, I can save that file and then go refresh the app, and those things show up because it's pulling right from the file system. So this puts some guardrails on how you track your tasks, but you can also manage it yourself through files on your file system. So I really think that this paradigm is going to be really big for people to have control over how they do their computing. Storing things in files over binary databases and hiding all the details and things like that. I think this is potentially the future. But what do I know? I'm just going to keep tinkering with this. Hope you enjoyed this update. See you for the next one.